Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, right-wing media, as you probably all know, is pushing this idea that Joe Biden has done something wrong, that he acted in a nefarious manner, that he was involved with one of his son's business deals. So here's the deal. I haven't reported on this because this whole story just has seemed like such a joke. I mean, from the source of the story, you've got Steve Bannon, Mr. I exploit people, we build the wall, and Rudy Giuliani, who's literally working with Russian agents, and I'll get to that in a moment. But the other thing is, part of what they're accusing him of is getting involved with one of his son's business deals in 2017. That's after he was no longer vice president. And they think that this is so egregious that it should keep him out of office. Now, I don't think that what Hunter Biden did, using the Biden name as a credit card and cashing in on his father's position and name is right. I think that it should be outlawed. Unfortunately, it's not illegal. It's just not. It goes on. And that's really the biggest issue is they keep ignoring Trump's blatant and flagrant corruption and what his corruption has cost U.S. taxpayers, you and I, for the last 4 years. Nowhere on Fox are you going to hear about any of this. You're not going to hear about Ivanka's trademarks from China. You're not going to hear about Kushner's family trying to sell U.S. visas to Chinese nationals. You're not going to hear about any of the things that they've done to cash in on the presidency or their name. And according to a recent report, Donald Trump's businesses have profited to the tune of $8.1 million since he took office. So please spare me about how he's not taking his $400,000 salary. Oh, wow. Such a sacrifice. Not only is Trump grifting taxpayer money, he's also violating the Constitution under the Emoluments Clause, because a great deal of the money that was funneled to his businesses has come from foreign government leaders. They either stay at or they in some way patronize his businesses and properties, all to bribe him into more favorable treatment. Never before has this happened in our country, because there's never before been a president that's refused to sell off their business interests prior to taking office. Fortunately, back in May of this year, the Virginia Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals said that the Emoluments Clause lawsuit against Trump can move forward. So that is moving forward now in the courts. But as with everything with Trump, he's vowed to keep it in the court system. His attorney, Jay Sekulow, I think it was Politico, he told that they'll take this all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary. So the Dems had better grow a pair of ovaries. They had better pack the Supreme Court, not pack it in a way to make it unfair, but to make it fair again. Not to stack it with a bunch of liberal or progressive judges, but just to make it even. It is now so lopsided to favor conservatives, they need to place extra judges on the court just to even it out. And if Biden doesn't win, they better at least take back the Senate and retain the House so that they can make something happen. Because with Amy Coney Barrett now on the Supreme Court, Trump is sure to get a pass on violating the Constitution. There are no bigger constitutional hypocrites than Republicans. And do we hear a word about any of this on Faux News Channel or Breitbart? Of course not. But they're going to keep whining and crying about how the left-leaning media isn't talking about this BS story about Hunter Biden. And again, is he doing everything right? Was everything across the board right? No. But there's even been two, not one, but two Republican-led investigations that found no wrongdoing by Joe Biden. But they're going to keep pushing this story about this supposed laptop that was left with a blind Trump-supporting repairman. I mean, and somehow made its way to the hands of Rudy Giuliani, who, by the way, was warned, as was Trump, that he was working with a Russian spy named Andrei Durkok. This guy, Andrei Durkok, was literally just sanctioned by Trump's own Treasury Department for attempting to interfere in this election. In fact, Trump's Secretary of Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, made the following statement about Rudy's Russian buddy. Quote, Andrei Durkok and other Russian agents employ manipulation and deceit to attempt to influence elections in the United States and elsewhere around the world. The United States will continue to use all the tools at its disposal to counter these Russian disinformation campaigns and uphold the integrity of our election system. And the Treasury Department posted this on their website in regard to the sanctions levied against this Durkok guy. Quote, between May and July 2020, Durkok released edited audio tapes and other unsupported information with the intent to discredit U.S. officials, and he levied unsubstantiated allegations against U.S. and international political figures. Gee, I wonder who that refers to. They go on to say, quote, Durkok almost certainly targeted the U.S. voting populace, prominent U.S. persons, and members of the U.S. government based on his reliance on U.S. platforms, English language documents and videos, and pro-Russian lobbyists in the United States used to propagate his claims. But please do tell me more about this blind computer repairman who just now discovered that he had Hunter Biden's laptop after all this time. And, oh, it supposedly has child porn on it. Oh, but the guy just held on to it, didn't bother to turn it in to the police until now. Didn't care about that stuff. And then Rudy Giuliani doesn't want to share or show any of this supposed proof and wrongdoing to journalists. He's refusing to show them. So all they're doing is running around claiming that they have this information, and the right is just lapping it up with a serving spoon. They don't ask for any proof. And this is what Trump has done since before he got elected. He knows. He has everybody so fooled, they don't even ask for proof. Were there emails showing that Joe Biden was asked to get involved in this, or that his son wanted him to get involved with this? Yes. Apparently they're true because Joe Biden hasn't denied them. However, they didn't show anything that important. Even the Wall Street Journal, that's not exactly a left-leaning paper, said that they investigated it and they found zilch, nothing, nada, nothing tying Joe Biden, no money ever exchanging hands. And basically they wanted him to get involved, but no proof that he ever did. And again, even if he did, this was in 2017. Are you telling me that he can't get involved in a business with his son after he's out of office? Trump is involved in all kinds of stuff now in office where people have leverage over him. Again, I think it should be outlawed. I think that no members of the president's family should be involved in business ventures that could be impacted by their position in the government, or vice versa. I also don't think that you should have nepotism Barbie and Ken holding positions in the government. If Hillary Clinton had won and she put Chelsea Clinton in the White House as an advisor, gave her any kind of top position, people on the right, their heads would have exploded. They would have been at the White House with rope and tar and feathers. I mean, you would have heard about it nonstop on faux news and OWN and all these other ridiculous right-wing propaganda stations. And yet they say nothing. They say nothing. So womp womp and thoughts and prayers. Good luck with trying to get people to pay attention and care. And again, as I said the other day, we have gone now through 4 years of people on the right ignoring Trump's wrongdoing. They have sat back and said, I don't care. His support never wavers. His numbers never fall. He retains the same amount of support from his base, and they don't give a damn about anything that he does wrong. But then they expect everybody to care about the stuff with Biden. It goes both ways. So as always, guys, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.